What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back again with another Seeking Sister Wife video, and this one is very interesting purely because people all the time try and find a way to sneak into the US. They try and find a way to get that visa that allows them to stay there for as long as they like. And you know what? There are so many loopholes of how to do it. But when it comes to Seeking Sister Wife couple, Garrick and Dannielle, they were able to do something that a lot of people are now questioning should at least come across as illegal. Now, before we begin, or continue, shall I say, let's start off by giving a big massive shout out to every single person that is a member of the channel. Now, here's the thing, ladies and gentlemen. I know myself in particular, I've only just started watching Seeking Sister Wife, hence why we did the review, obviously, earlier in the week. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. Along with also the video that we did yesterday, I believe, as well, and involving that couple with you know what? Let's not even get started. But let's stay on topic. Now, for the people who need a reminder of who they are, so here, as you can see on the left, in the khaki top, green khaki, green navy, whatever you want to call it, is Dannielle. In the middle is Garrick, and on the right, in the red dress, is Roberta. Now, Roberta is the third wife that they found online. But you see, when it comes to, just to give you guys a background check, when it comes to Garrick and Dannielle, they were married for around about a decade. And then obviously after a decade went by, Garrick decided to propose the idea of bringing a third wife. He just needed Dannielle to get on board, which she did. So therefore they went online, looked for a female that they could bring into the mix. And that's where they found Roberta all the way from Brazil. Now, of course, because of that, they had to go to Brazil because it wasn't as easy for Roberta to come to the States. So they went to Brazil and they wanted to see if there was a connection, if things were legit. And when they went there the first time, they were more than happy with Roberta. So after that, they flew back to the States. Now, at this moment in time is when they started to file for a divorce. Because you see, they thought the only way they can get Roberta on a K1 visa to the States is if they get a divorce, and therefore Garrick and Roberta can work something out. So therefore, after all this was set in stone, they flew back to Brazil. Now, obviously, when they flew back to Brazil, though, well, this is when things went a little bit south for Dannielle. Now, obviously, in any polygamy relationship, there's always rules. There's rules that you set for yourselves of how things should go down. Now, obviously, this topic is more about the intimate part. Usually, some couples say we're only intimate all together, or sometimes they say we're intimate separately on this said occasion. Give or take, depends on who's involved. Now, when it came to Dannielle, Garrick, and Roberta, it turns out that on that second visit, Roberta and Garrick decided to get intimate without Dannielle, without Danielle's consent, without her knowledge. So therefore, it obviously broke her heart. It tore her into pieces. It tore her into pieces so much that people had to watch a season 3 of her just breaking down, and people felt so sorry for Dannielle based on Garrick and Roberta's behavior. But here's the thing though, ladies and gentlemen, when they were down there though, the goal was to see if they can get her a K1 visa. So what happened was that we see, when it came to Garrick and Roberta, they did get married, but it was a non-legal commitment ceremony that they held obviously in Brazil. Now, soon after, they then did apply for a K1 visa, which was approved, but Dannielle then spent the rest of the year in Brazil because her mum became poorly. Now, obviously in season 4 now, season 4 is where we see Roberta finally move from Brazil to the States. And trust me, from the trailer, we've seen that things don't look good for Dannielle, given the fact that they've already added, or they are looking to now add, a third member to their group, or a third female, someone that we did meet in the most recent episode. And believe me, this third female, I think she's here to turn things up. And to be honest with you, if they thought Roberta was bad, I don't think Dannielle knows what's coming based on the energy that we got from this new woman. But then again, though, I do feel like this new woman's going to bring in something that is more stable or more balanced, should I say, than Roberta. But nonetheless, though, that is for when the season starts. That is for when the season continues, which reminds me, we will be doing another upload of the next episode this week. Next week. So be there, which means you got to subscribe, like, notification bells on right now so you're notified. Yeah, that's the one. But nonetheless though. Now, here's the thing. Going back to the fact that they end up getting divorced to get her in the country, this is now raised a question. People have now come out to say on Reddit, well, excuse me if I'm mistaken, but isn't it illegal to get divorced in order to get a K1 visa for someone else? Isn't it somewhat fraud? Well, it turns out that on Reddit, it turns out that an attorney just happened to be there. And this is what they said. And if you're an attorney yourself in particular, you can obviously confirm if this is obviously something an attorney would say. And of course, if this is factual, because I don't want to say that this is an attorney as if I know this for 100%, because you never know it's online, right? But nonetheless, though, let's get into it. So as you can see here, this person decided to come out by saying, the issue with them isn't that they're committing fraud. They're not. It's that they plan for Roberta, to immigrate to the United States with the intention of practicing polygamy within the country. This is not allowed under federal immigration law because polygamy is illegal in the US and they can't really deny it after going on the show. So I'd say there's zero chance of Roberta getting a K1 visa or really any type of visa at this point. They won't even let you in as a tourist if they suspect your intention is to practice polygamy while you're here. So obviously we do know that, well, from my research and understanding, that she did get approved for one, and of course we saw her in the trailer appear in the States, so we know she got approved for one. So I think this statement is basically come out to say that if they get caught, if they get found out, it would be no surprise if Roberta got shipped off back to Brazil. But here's my beef though, or here's my question, or here's my counter, shall I say. I don't even know what the right word I'm looking for, to be honest with you, but here's the other side of it though. I know, we all know, that when it comes to TLC, nobody ends up getting deported. Look at it this way. We're looking at 90 Day Fiancé. Natalie, still in the United States. Larissa, still in the United States. And Larissa is arguably the one that we thought would have got deported a long time ago. With all the amount of time she got arrested, with the way court handled things, and even the other guy after that. The fact that she's still in the States says a lot. So to be honest with you, as much as this situation is quite interesting in terms of how they're going to be able to get away with it, I don't really see them ever catching Roberta and putting her back and bringing her back to Brazil, purely because, you see, when it comes to TLC website, TV shows, the worst thing that can happen to you is that you get arrested, because that happens. But in terms of people getting deported, well, I'm still waiting for that to happen, because it doesn't seem to have happened so far. The only thing that we've seen happen is people get rejected to come to the States. That's about it. If we're talking about someone like Michael, you dig what I'm saying? But hey, you know what? I made a whole video of that saying that phrase, and then I just had to say at the end, God damn. But nonetheless though, you let me know what you are thinking in the comment section, okay? Because as far as I'm concerned, even if they were to get caught for legally getting divorced, so therefore Roberta could come into the country, I don't think it would make a difference, purely because no one from TLC has ever had to go back, at least not to my recollection anyway. But hey, you might know something that I don't know. But hey, at least now you know, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever want to try and get someone in the country and you're in a polygamy relationship, here's another way. Nonetheless though, like, subscribe, peace.